So this would have been one of the first rap songs that the UK was introduced to that charted. 1981, rap was huge in the States, but it was still... it was actually more spearheaded by Blondie than anything else.
I was just about to say, this reminds me of him copying Blondie.
Yeah.
And it never works when people like them
some
do.
Fucking English white lads.
Yeah, I was just going to say, but I'm glad you said it.
It's not. It's
someone else say it.
It's not a thing. So Ant Rap...
sorry, Killing Joke did do, but we'll let them know about it. Yeah. I know you don't, but I like that.
It's just shy, but it was more... I think it was more of a... I don't know if you could call it jumping on the bandwagon or keeping up with the kids, because I think it was so new at the time that nobody knew if it was going to stick. It might have been more of just a kind of a cool thing for music heads.
Do you know what I think? I think you're right. I think they hear it and go, let's throw it in just in case.
Yeah.
So if we want to do that later, we can say we did it when it was, yeah, I can see that.
Now, around that time, like Sugar Hill Gang, Curtis Blow, Grandmaster Flash, Fab Five Freddy, all that would have been pretty big in the US scene.
Yeah.
But they weren't really leaking over into the UK. Blondie were one of the first ones in Rapture. The Clash were probably more important than anybody else because they were bringing rap groups on tour with them.
Yeah.
Around the time.
Yeah.
They were supporting them. Like the whole Sandinista tour was all hip-hop groups, I believe. A lot of it was anyway. They brought a lot of these US hip-hop groups to open for them. But like, to be honest with you, there's not a lot you can say about Ant Rap. Like it's in the name of the song. It's fucking... It's just... He's rapping about nothing. There's no real verse. There's no real chorus. It's him talking about the people who were in the band and what they do. It's nothing. It's more of a... It's again, I can't put my finger on it. It's just not... It's not good. It was most certainly them seeing something new. And at this stage, rap would have been brand new.
Yeah. Brand new in terms of
commercial viability.
Yeah.
In terms of like being commercial and people listening to it, and there being albums would have been starting to come out.
You have to understand as well, when we're doing this keeping up with the kids thing, these people are not sure whether this type of music is going to last 20 years or 5 years.
Or it's a flash in the pan.
So some of them just give it a go.
Yeah, they have a crack at it.
They could be like... And as well as that, he could have been a massive rap fan.
Quite possibly.
I don't fucking know.
Quite possibly. Adamant could have been balls deep in rap. Who knows?
Yeah.
But if he was, fair function, we had a shot at it. If he wasn't, fuck him for jumping on that bandwagon. But it's one of those songs that will always be talked about when it comes to Adamant in particular. And it wasn't really Adamant, it was Adamandiant. Who were originally just called the Ants, and then we got a case of the fucking Noel Rogers.
we seem to get him in every podcast.
And he's yet to have a song in it. I'm not doing it now. Fuck Noel Rogers. But yeah, to be honest with you, there's not a lot to say about it. It's from the outside, it looks like a pure cash in. It may actually not be. He may have. They may have just liked this style of music and went with it, but from the outside, like it's in keeping with D.D. King and his funky man kind of.
It happened a lot in the 80s with English artists. I said before, Killing Joke did it with a Jump One Step Ahead.
Yes,
which it's not good, but to me, because I love everything Killing Joke will ever do, and we're going to see them tomorrow. Can't wait. I don't mind that album, and also on that album there's a blueprint for Pearl Jam's Black.
Yep.
And they set blueprints for everybody.
Killing Joke are the only band I know of in the world that can attempt the genre and be as good or better at it than the leaders in that genre.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is they're the only people who I would allow to do this as a forgivable rap moment. And they did it.
But they've done everything.
They did everything. But this is it. Well, that was just Jazz Coleman's album on his own, wasn't it? Anyway, so yeah. Well, I don't want to bring too much into Killing Joke because we will absolutely dissect them someday, and it will be amazing.
We're absolutely going to do a Killing Joke podcast.
Just a whole Killing Joke podcast.
12 songs of Killing Jokes, different modes and styles.
But I'd agree with your choice there, Ant Rap. I'm not a fan of... this is crazy. I love 80s music. Got to love this, and I don't get it.
Because it's kitsch and it's fun.
Yeah, but to me this is erring on the side of punk.
It's garbage is what it is. It's just garbage. There's no denying that it's just shite.
I don't like his voice. I
like some Adamant and Adam and the Ant stuff. I think it's culturally important.
Yeah.
It led the way for a lot of stuff that maybe relevant pop music that withstood the test of time.
Yeah.
It has one foot in the pop chart and one foot in kind of an underground subculture.
I get that, yeah.
But this is not an example
But
of it.
unfortunately, I still just don't like that band. Do you know, Prince Charming, the song, reminds me of having, that random arse itch that lasts for a few days. And you're like, what is this? Don't do the arse. Cleaned it. Why is it scratching? When I hear Prince Charming, I'm like, I feel like it's the equivalent of that.
I think musically it's interesting, but that's about it.
I will say the one thing about Adam and the Ants. Nine Inch Nails cover Physical, You're So Physical.
Yeah.
And it made me go back to listen to his one. And his one is fucking fantastic. But I have yet to hear another amazing Adam and the Ant song. Suggest one for us if you want. Don't suggest Stan.
I don't think
you basic
I
fuck.
don't believe there is a super Adam and
No,
Adam
I
and the
really
Ants
don't.
fan in
I
the
think
world.
they do you know what? Adam and the Ants were for people who wanted to dress up and not really listen to music.
Yeah, they're like Mel and Kim fans
Yeah.
that wanted to be a little bit alternative.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Anyway, what's your next one?
My next one is a band who define keeping up with the kids. Machine Head.
Oh Lord.
I like from this day. Well, that's not really. The video,
No,
the
that's
video,
pre.
The video was,
Yeah, that's
So-
when they were good.
Yeah, so Machine Head from this day is a new metal song. Because, when new metal came along, the same way grunge came along, some bands were going to jump on it. When new metal came along, a few people jumped on, but no one more so than
No,
Machine Head.
no, they went
balls in.
balls
They
deep,
signed.
yeah.
They signed the deeds.
Yeah.
New metal, give it to us. We're into it.
Adidas tracksuits, the whole lot.
Oh, and the bleach blonde hair.
Whole
they
lot.
look like fucking Sugar Ray or one of those fucking Oh, disaster. Now,
Come, my lady, come, my lady.
now I like this song
Okay,
because I like Limp Bizkit.
Yes.
And it could be a Limp Bizkit song.
okay.
They have always been. This is from the 1999 album Burning Red, which. Oh, I feel so bad. I've never been a Machine Head fan. I like Machine Head fans, but thankfully I wasn't emotionally invested in Machine Head. But those poor fuckers must have been so let down by, especially if you're not into rap.
Yeah, again,
This is a pure
I'm
rapping. He's not even trying to hide the rap. He's full rapping in this.
I don't. Again, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Machine Head probably passed me by. I know them. I know a couple of the big songs. I've seen them live. There was a rumour for 10 years that my band supported them, and it wasn't. If you still look up to this day, you'll see that I supported them live in the Ambassador. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Well, I was there, but it wasn't me.
Did you sing loud enough that you got support?
No, I know.
money?
And it was a clergy support them because we used to do a lot of
really
gigs.
liked clergy.
Clergy were super.
Really?
And
Where?
when we used to do an awful lot of gigs with clergy, so somebody obviously just mixed us up with them.
Who's that band from that used to rehearse in
Yeah,
that studio?
exactly.
Oh,
That's pretty much
that's
what it
always
was.
always used to
Forever.
happen. If you're
There's-
linked with a band, you can get mixed up with that band.
There was reviews, I think, in the Irish Independent talking about us supporting Machine Head.
Yeah.
It wasn't us, man.
I can't think of two more different bands in Ireland
Yeah,
than
very-
Clergy and 20 Bulls each.
Yeah, different band.
Clergy are on the
Very
Tool,
Deftonesy Tool kind of.
perfect, not Porcupine Tree kind of thing.
And we didn't know
Finger
what we were
tapping,
doing.
and yous were dirty punk.
Yeah, just being drunk and falling around. Yeah,
These are fucking Machine Head. You know what the best thing to do with Machine Head is what happened. They started just after this album. It just went to dog shit. I think for them. When you ignore Machine Head, they come out with good shit.
yeah, leave me alone.
Don't leave them alone.
Yeah.
Because they came out in 2007 with The Blackening, which was just a straightforward but brilliant metal album. Back to Machine Head.
I remember that, yeah.
And that had so many absolute bangers on it. Blackening is fucking phenomenal album in metal.
Back to basics.
Yeah, and even then after that they had a
The
couple,
backening, it should be called.
yeah, the back to basics
Yeah.
thing. And after that they had a couple of good albums after that as well. But then they did another thing like they did Kaleidoscope and shit like that, where they just
That's not a good name for a metal band's album.
but they're all
That's
dressed in white denim,
Fuck off.
dude. It's just so bad.
Full on fuck off.
Because that's the second time they went keeping up with the kids, and I thought. But the gas thing was they didn't even get it right this time with that Kaleidoscope shit. It's just dirt. They are always trying to do something that's not always. When they're ignored, they're brilliant. Like I said, when they have time when no one's listening to them and no one's asking anything of Machine Head, they'll probably put out something quite good.
My favourite Machine Head story is when they it's one of these legendary Dublin stories.
Oh, yeah.
Where they played a gig in the Ambassador or whatever it was, or the Academy,
Yeah.
and they went to where Fibber McGee's afterwards,
Yeah.
just for a few points, and they went downstairs to the venue, and there was some random metal band just playing.
It was an unofficial after show.
Yeah,
parties
it was one of
where-
these
yeah.
unofficial. Everybody in the game has done these before.
I don't do unofficial.
And,
I think that's shocking.
They are generally.
No, I've done a
painful.
couple. I've done a couple. You know what? This is what I'll say. I've never done DME unofficial after show, which is
No,
being
you
done by
leave
Fibbers,
DME
leave that I would never piggyback off.
No.
If it's Aiken or something like that,
You fuck them, yeah.
shit,
Take that money, yeah. Fuck
But I
'em.
don't really.
No,
agree
leave
with
DME
it.
alone.
I don't-
Anyway.
I don't really agree. Yeah,
There was an unofficial. That's my fingers quotes.
Yes.
Finger positions, and
which became almost very
became
official.
very official because Machine Head went to the unofficial after show party, and there was a metal band up on stage playing. And fair play to Machine Head, they just got up on stage. They just took the lads' gear and just started doing a whole set of covers, I believe.
Did covers, yeah.
Just fucking doing whatever an hour set after they owned their full set in
Amazing.
front of like 1,000 people or more. And they went back to some little fucking shithole rock bar in Dublin and saying, "There's a band, fuck it, lads, let's get up." And they got up again and they played.
Playing like now, I don't know what band it was, so
Who
I don't
knows?
mean to say that their gear wasn't as good as Machine Head's, but I'm saying their gear wasn't as good as Machine Head's. But Machine Head took up the guitars, fucking blasted
up,
away,
blasted them.
and apparently that like I'm fucking raged I didn't go out that night. But I didn't want to go and see Machine Head, so I'm not going to go to that.
Or an
But-
unofficial fucking. Well, I think I told the story in the podcast before that one of the better No Effects albums is they got tired of all the. I've said this before.
Yeah,
I'm not a
yeah.
huge No Effects fan. They're fine. They have some great songs. They do great melodies and whatever. But they got to pay their bollocks for having loads of money, and all their albums sound the exact same. So
Yeah.
they went to a recording studio, some shitty recording studio in California. And there was some like 16, 17-year-olds, little punk band in there recording a little EP or a 4-track demo for themselves. They went in, they said, "Listen, here's fucking 10 grand. Can we borrow your gear?" And they went in, they just took up all the
Yeah.
like, Fender Squires and shitty fucking Pearl Exports, if even, the garbage equipment.
doubt it.
And just fucking stood there.
I imagine some band who were playing that going, we had great fucking equipment out there.
Stag fucking drum kits or whatever they had. And in No Effects went, took up all their gear in their amps, and in 3 hours just played their album that they'd written and recorded it, and that's what they released.
Yeah.
Like, that's a cool fucking story.
Funny story about big bands playing Irish bands' equipment. I bought a guitar off Laramide,
Laria.
a gorgeous Ibanez Prestige. And 2 days later he goes, "You know the guitar I bought?" She's like, "Don't do it to me. No, don't do this to me. I love this guitar." He goes, No, can I borrow it for a gig? He goes, "You can borrow it for a gig." Of course. He goes, "I'm not playing it. Yeah, Agnostic Front are playing it." I was like, "Yeah, grand." She goes,
We should do a podcast about Laramide stories.
"He's brilliant.
One of my favourite people in the entire world.
Brilliant."
I can't.
We was in. Do you know what? The other day I was trying to
I
look
just
up
can't.
Warm Wax music, which
Yeah.
is basically highly influenced by Limp Bizkit and possibly Machine Head.
Yes. Well,
on the
I've
subject of
recorded
Machine
with Lara. When Lara had a recording studio, he used to fight with the engineer they had in there. Because he used to fight all the time. He was like, the greatest guitar tone ever recorded is Limp Bizkit's guitar tone on Chocolate Starfish.
Well, yeah, well,
It's super, don't get me wrong,
fucking-
it's super.
It's good.
For me, I'm going to tell you right now, what's your favourite guitar tone ever recorded on a song? Off the top of your head.
It's what me said is a lot of stuff off Disintegration.
Disintegration.
Or it's fucking like I know I'm being real basic here, but some of the stuff.
What's your
on,
best heavy? Your distortion. What's your favourite distorted guitar sound?
Well, possibly either the Perfect Circle or mainly Rammstein because they put that acoustic sound over to get that chink 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 chink
Okay.
chink. You know, they do. You know, when people record eight metal guitars
Yep.
and pan them left, right, up, down, left, right, one
You
up.
know,
the
the first band I believe to do that with Clawfinger. Oh. Yeah.
There's a playlist I want to do. There's a playlist I want
Yeah,
to
I
do
know.
with bands that shouldn't have done
Shouldn't
the
have.
song and
Shouldn't have,
Clawfinger,
but
and,
did.
and everyone who knows Clawfinger knows what
Yeah.
fucking song I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
you're saying Rammstein is your favourite guitar.
it's quite basic, but to me it's not as it sounds basic, but they have the most beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, so Laramede's one was anything off Chocolate Starfish. You want to know what my favourite heavy guitar tone of all time is?
What?
H-Blocks.
I've got
The power. That guitar tone
Yeah.
is fucking glorious. It's glorious. Whoever recorded that and whatever equipment it was, I'm sure it was bog standard.
Yeah.
Fucking Gibson True and Marshall, whatever.
Accidental magic.
Oh my fucking god! Now listen, I'm going to tell you.
Sorry, do you know what else is fucking amazing? Rock from the Crypt.
Rock from the Crypt Guitar Tone is beautiful.
Oh,
beautiful.
stop.
It's just magic. It's magic.
Yeah.
But that H Blocks cover of